Imagine a world where the Middle Ages never ended. Without the Renaissance, how would life look today? Would we have the internet? Democracy? Modern science? What if the Renaissance never happened? Imagine how different our society might be. What advancements in culture, science, and society would we be missing? What creativity and exploration would never have flourished? In this stagnant reality, what dreams and aspirations would remain unfulfilled? What if our greatest achievements were never realized? Imagine the lost potential of human creativity and collaboration. What stories would remain untold in this alternate timeline? In this world, how would we understand our own history? What mysteries of science and nature would we still be unable to unravel? What innovations in art and technology would never grace our world? Imagine a culture where progress and knowledge are perpetually out of reach. The Royal Renaissance, spanning from the 14th to the 16th centuries, was a profound era of transformation in art, science, and thought, marking humanity's journey into new realms of discovery that would echo across the globe. This period was characterized by humanism, which emphasized the value of individual experience and intellect, igniting curiosity that led to groundbreaking advancements such as the invention of the telescope. These discoveries not only changed the way people understood the universe, but also inspired countless artists and thinkers, creating a ripple effect that transformed cultures around the world. The Royal Renaissance gave rise to masterpieces in art and philosophy that continue to influence contemporary thought, celebrating the human spirit and creativity. What if Florence was never a birthplace of ideas? What if the Black Death completely destroyed key thinkers? What if fear and tradition silenced every spark of progress? In this alternate reality, creativity stifles in the shadows and the vibrant essence of innovation never takes root. The absence of brilliant minds leads to a stagnation that grips society, trapping it in cycles of fear and conformity. Without the spark of progress, fear dominates. The townspeople cling to tradition, silencing any voice that dares to challenge the status quo, living in the shadows of their ancestors' fears. In this stifling atmosphere, innovation becomes a distant memory. The once thriving ideas remain trapped in obscurity, waiting for a moment of courage that may never come. Without the revolutionary ideas of Copernicus, Kepler, and Galileo, the world might still believe in an Earth-centered universe. Science would lack the rigorous methods we recognize today, leaving medicine tangled in superstitions. Technological progress could very well lag 3 centuries behind, stifling the innovations we take for granted. In this stagnant world, ancient manuscripts dictate knowledge, trapping minds in outdated beliefs about the cosmos. Yet in the heart of the Renaissance, a surge of curiosity blossoms as scientists gather to challenge the old ways, driven by a relentless pursuit of truth beyond the stars. With inventions like the telescope, a new perspective emerges, allowing visionaries like Galileo to unveil the mysteries of the heavens. As he presents his groundbreaking findings to an audience, the seeds of disbelief blossom into a thirst for knowledge, forever altering humanity's understanding of its place in the universe. In a world where the beauty of artistic expression is overshadowed by the weight of authority, churches impose their will, stifling creativity. The vibrant works of beloved masters like Michelangelo are mere memories replaced by flat, lifeless art that lacks the essence of the human spirit. In this environment, artists find themselves paralyzed, longing for the freedom to create, yet stifled by oppressive rules. Outside, a spark of rebellion ignites as a group of passionate creators gathers, demanding the right to break free from the chains of conformity. With hands trembling from desire, artists reach out for the vivid colors that symbolize their dreams, yet the heavy doors of tradition remain tightly shut. The dichotomy between the longing for creativity and the stark reality of restrictions grows ever more palpable. In a society where faith reigns supreme, the absence of humanism leaves room for dogma to dominate everyday life, with the church consolidating its influence and authority, creating a world bound by strict religious adherence. As the church's grip tightens, the lives of ordinary villagers become mere pawns in the grand design of religious power, with fear and obedience to dogma shaping their existence. In this oppressive environment, the fear of punishment for questioning faith silences dissent, leaving villagers trapped in a cycle of obedience to the unyielding doctrines imposed by the church. Those who dare to challenge the church's teachings find themselves facing dire consequences, reinforcing a culture where fear thrives and critical thought is extinguished. Amidst the splendor of the church's riches, The stark contrast between the opulence enjoyed by its leaders and the struggles of the faithful reveals the moral decay hidden beneath the surface of piety. In a world stripped of dignity, liberty is but a distant memory where the idea of self-governance is lost. The echoes of revolutionary thoughts remain unheard, leaving humanity without the light of modern rights or the spark of enlightenment. In this oppressive atmosphere, the flames of revolution flicker silently, overshadowed by fear and control. Bonds of tyranny hold tight, extinguishing the voices of those yearning for freedom. Within the hushed confines of this assembly, dreams of leadership and change fade into silence, leaving a profound emptiness where movement and progress should thrive. As time stands still, the essence of justice is marred, revealing a society that has lost its way, where fairness and equality remain elusive shadows in the darkness. The absence of the printing press casts a long shadow over education, leaving classrooms eerily silent and dusty, echoing forgotten potential. In a world devoid of modern engineering, an artisan fumbles with antiquated tools, desperately trying to spark innovation in a dimly lit workshop. Gas lamps line the streets, casting a dim light that reflects a world hindered by the lack of widespread electricity, where progress remains just a flicker. Outside, a group of children play beneath the stars, their laughter ringing through the air as they gather around a campfire untouched by the distractions of modern technology. In a crowded lab, a scientist stands amidst outdated equipment, frustration etched on their face as the absence of advanced tools stifles discovery. In an old library, scholars sift through dusty tomes, desperately seeking knowledge in a world where the internet remains a distant dream. In a modern world without the Renaissance, would we even recognize ourselves? Unique religious schools dominate education, stifling creativity and inquiry, while feudal governments control every aspect of life. The absence of universities as we know them leads to stagnation in thought and progress. In this world, knowledge is tightly held by religious authorities, leaving little room for exploration or innovation. The lecture halls echo with silence, a stark reminder of how far humanity has fallen from the heights of enlightenment. Craftsmanship is confined to manual labor under the watchful eyes of lords, limiting the potential for artistry and invention. The map reveals a fragmented Europe with borders that hinder collaboration and the free exchange of ideas. Final thoughts. The Renaissance didn't just give us art and science, it gave us our soul back. A single era of light changed all of human history. As we reflect on this remarkable period, it becomes clear that the Renaissance was not merely an artistic movement, but a profound transformation of human consciousness. It ignited passions, fostered innovation, and revived the pursuit of knowledge that had been dormant for centuries. Through the lens of the Renaissance, we see the reawakening of creativity that resonated through every corner of society. Artists, scientists, and thinkers came together to challenge the status quo, pushing the boundaries of what was possible. This era was marked by an unquenchable thirst for knowledge and self-expression, leading to groundbreaking discoveries that would shape the future. The legacy of the Renaissance continues to influence our understanding of art, science, and the very essence of humanity.